Hello, my name is Coach Loretta. Today, I want to talk to you about simple budgeting techniques that works for a private school. Very often, we found out that school owners do not have budgets. Why? Two reasons. Firstly, they do not know how to go about, budgeting the simple way. Secondly, they feel they are used to the business. They've been doing this for years, money comes in, and then we just keep spending it. And before the second month, you find out that nothing is left, and then you begin to run from pillar to post, looking for how to source for funds to continue the term. It ought not to be so. Now, what is budgeting? Budgeting is a financial plan. A financial plan that outlines all income and expenditure within a certain period of time. It could be for a month, for a term, or for a year. How do you go about budgeting? For you to be able to budget, firstly, you have to know your sources of income as a school. Not just knowing, but also writing them down. What are the simple sources of income for a school? There could be more, but I'll mention a few. Now, the basic is tuition, but we have others like books, uniform, talk shop, school feeding, clubs, co-curricular activities like sports. Every single thing that you charge for are the sources of income for your school. So you have to list them all out. Don't say, oh, this one is little, it's just tie. Should I also write it? Yes, everything that gives you money as a school, you have to write it out. Next, you have to write out everywhere these monies go into. They are referred to as your expenses. What do you expend these monies on? Basic is salaries. That is a need, and that is major. So salaries, you have maintenance, facility maintenance, utility, talking about power, talking about internet, talking about water. You have logistics, you have transportation, you have benefits that are side salaries for staff like health insurance. You pay some taxes for them. Then you have taxes you pay to the government as a school. You have your rent. Rent is also a need. Whether it's your property or not, you have to pay rent on it. You have your rent, you have your fixed asset depreciation. You've been using that building over a period of time. You have to allocate certain amount of money to fixed asset depreciation. Okay. Now, when you list out everything these monies go into, these are your expenditures. Now that you have your income and your expenditure, what next? Now, what next? You have your income listed out, you have your expenditure listed out. Now, what next? It is key for you to list out all your expenses for 1 month. That is the technique I'm teaching you, the simple technique. Now, list out every single thing you spend a dime on within the school for a month. You say, this is so difficult. It's not so difficult. Technology can make it very easy for you. You can use an accounting software. You can use an accounting software. I will mention it just now. It's called Mint. You can use it to track your income and expenditure, but I will get there. Now, but whether you have that software or not, you have to detail out everything you spend money on as small as a 500 naira. Write it out. Now, when you track your expenses for a month, you also track the income that came in for that month. As a school, you could do it for a term. If you're doing it monthly, you know that monthly income fluctuates. The first month school is resuming, you have bulk money coming in. The second month is still better than the third month. Now, the same goes to expenses. The first month school resumes, you're going to be spending more. The second month may not be up to. This is why tracking is key for your income and expenses. You have to track it monthly. Having tracked it, you cannot create a budget. This is the simple technique. How do you create a budget? This is my income for this month. This is my expenditure. Then you will be able to juxtapose if you're doing business at all, if you're making profit or you're not. So that if you're not making profit, you begin to look out for ways you can begin to make profit and know that you're doing business indeed. Now, the limitation is your heart. It's nothing else. You're saying, oh, and this thing, it's so stressful. It is not stressful. That is why I'm sharing the techniques with you. Now, you have to compare and contrast month A with month B and C. When you do this consistently, you will have a proven track record of what your income and your expenses are as a school, and then you know how to budget, a budget that will work. Now, you can harness technology in achieving this. How do I mean? There is an accounting app called Mint that is absolutely free. All you need to do is download it, connect it to the bank account where your income and expenses goes into and comes out from, and then that app will easily help you trace it. Very often we don't do these things because we feel they are expensive or it must be money. No, all the time it must not be money. Sometimes it's just the right knowledge that you require. I'll quickly like to mention the budgeting rule. There is a rule for budgeting, and that is the 50, 30, and 20 rule. The 50 goes into your need as a school. When you scale your income over 100, 50 goes into your needs as a school. As a school, you have needs and you have wants. Just like as an individual, you also do have that. Now, what are your needs as a school? Basic is salaries, then your rent, and then your fixed asset depreciation. Those are your needs as a school. Then 30 goes into your wants. What are your wants as a school? Your facility maintenance, your playground, you want to upgrade it, you want to repaint, you want to add new furniture, you want to bring in a smart board. These things are great, but they are your wants. 30% of your income goes into this. And then 20 goes into savings, investments, and loan repayment, if any. Debt servicing, if any. But very often, sometimes you find people, money just comes in, you begin to buy the new playground that is in town, you're having a certain activity, career day, you go to the market, you buy all the career costumes, share for the children to wear. You're not even planning, you didn't even budget anything. You have an event coming up, end of year party, you want it to be the talk of the town, you're paying for the biggest hall, paying the biggest decorator in town, when you've not thought about your salaries, your rent, and other things. Now, if you prioritize correctly through budgeting, you will achieve financial stability. If growth and scalability is in your vision board, budgeting is key to getting there. Now, you can't even begin to discuss business with any organization, any NGO, whatever you call them, that would listen to you when you don't have the right books. So budgeting is fundamental. It is fundamental to your scalability and your financial stability. Now, I hope that with this simple technique of tracking your monthly expense and your monthly income that I have shared with you, it will help you achieve budgeting in your school. Thank you for watching. My name is Coach Loretta. God bless you.